Good evening. I've chosen George's Marvellous Medicine by Roald Dahl because it's my favourite storybook. The Marvellous Plan. George sat himself down at the table in the kitchen. He was shaking a little. How he hated Grandma. He really hated that horrid old witchy woman. And all of a sudden, he had a tremendous urge to do something about her. Something whopping. Something absolutely terrific. A real shocker. A sort of explosion. He wanted to blow away that witchy smell that hung around her in the next room. He may only have been a boy of 8 years old, but he was a brave little boy. He was ready to take on this woman. I'm not going to be frightened by her, he said softly to himself. But he was frightened, and that's why he suddenly wanted to explode her. Not quite away, but he did want to shake that old woman up a bit. Very well then. What would it be, this whopping, terrific, exploding shocker for Grandma? He would have liked to put a fire banger underneath her chair, but he didn't have one. He would have liked to put a long green snake down the back of her dress, but he didn't have a long green snake. He would have liked to have put six big black rats into the room with her and lock the door, but he didn't have 6 black rats. As George sat there pondering this interesting problem, his eye fell upon the bottle of Grandma's brown medicine, standing there on the sideboard. Rotten stuff it seemed to be. 4 times a day, a large spoonful of that shovelled into her mouth. It didn't do the slightest bit of good. She was just as horrid after she'd taken it as she had been before. The whole point of medicine, surely, was to make a person better. If it didn't do that, it was quite useless. So, ho, thought George suddenly. Aha, ho-hum, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I shall make her a new medicine, one that is so strong and so fierce and so fantastic, it'll either cure her completely or blow the top off her head. I'll make her a magic medicine, a medicine no doctor in the world has ever made before. George looked at the kitchen clock. It said 10:05. It was nearly an hour before Grandma's next dose of medicine was due. Here we go then, cried George, jumping up from the table. A magic medicine. It shall be. So we'll have to find out another time whether George gives medicine to Grandma and what it does to Grandma when he does give it to her.